You don't remember the exact moment you learned it. Maybe you were 6, maybe 7, but you remember the feeling. You needed something, comfort maybe, or just someone to notice you were scared. And when you reached for it, when you let yourself need it out loud, something shifted in the room. A sigh, a look, or maybe just silence. The kind that makes you wish you could take the words back. You learned something that day that you've never unlearned. Need is dangerous. Needing makes you do too much. So you stopped, not all at once, but slowly. You learned to swallow it, to say, "I'm fine," before anyone could decide you were a burden. And now, decades later, you're still doing it. Still holding your breath when someone asks if you're okay. Still disappearing before anyone gets close enough to see that you might actually need them. People think you're independent strong. They admire how you never ask for anything, how you handle everything on your own, and you let them believe it because it's easier than explaining the truth. You're not strong. You're scared. Scared that the moment you let someone in, the moment you admit you can't do it all alone, they'll see what you've always suspected, that you're too much, that needing you is work, that love, when it comes to you, will always feel like an obligation. You've been let down too many times that you've stopped hoping for more. You learn to expect nothing. That way, when nothing comes, it doesn't hurt as much. You call it being realistic, but really, you're just scared to want. So you keep people at a distance. Not obviously, you're not cold, you're friendly, even warm. You show up for others, you listen, you care. But when it's your turn, when someone tries to get close, when they ask what you need, your throat closes. You hear yourself say, "I'm fine, really?" And you are fine. You've been fine for so long that fine is the only thing you know how to be. You were young when you figured it out. Maybe it was a parent who was too tired, too overwhelmed, too broken to hold one more thing. Maybe it was a sibling who needed more than you did, and you learned that the squeaky wheel gets the oil, so you became the quiet one. Or maybe it wasn't dramatic at all. Maybe it was just a series of small moments, reaching for a hand that wasn't there, asking for help and hearing, "Not now." Crying and being told, "You're fine, stop being so sensitive." Each time the message was the same. Your needs are inconvenient, your emotions are, what? Too much. So you learn to make yourself smaller. You learn to need less. You learn that the safest way to be loved was to not need love at all. And now you're an adult, and the pattern is so deeply woven into you that you don't even notice it anymore. Someone offers help, and your body tenses. Someone asks what's wrong, and you deflect. Someone tries to take care of you, and you feel uncomfortable, like you owe them something, like accepting their care is a debt you'll have to repay. So you say no. You say, "I've got it." You say, "Don't worry about me." And they believe you. Why wouldn't they? You've spent your whole life convincing people you don't need anything. You've become so good at it that even you almost believe it. But in relationships, it shows. Not at first. At first, you're perfect. You're easy. You don't make demands. You don't ask for much. But over time, something happens. The other person gets closer. They start to care. They start to ask questions. What do you need? What are you feeling? Let me help you. And instead of relief, you feel, what? Panic? You feel panic, because closeness means they'll see it. They'll see how much you actually need. How scared are you? How hard you've been working to hold it all together. And the moment they see it, the moment they realize how much of you there is to hold, they'll leave. Or worse, they'll stay but resent you for it. So you leave first, or you pull back just enough that they can't get all the way in. You keep one foot out the door, always, just in case. And the loneliest part? No one sees it, they see someone who's together. Someone who doesn't need anyone. They don't see the cost, the exhaustion of pretending, the ache of wanting to be held but being too terrified to ask. The weight of carrying everything alone because asking for help feels like admitting you're not enough, or maybe you never were. You've spent so long performing independence that you've forgotten what it feels like to just let someone in to say, "I'm not okay," and trust that they won't run, to need without apologizing for it, to be loved not because you're easy, but because you don't even know what that would feel like. Sometimes late at night you feel it, the longing not for someone to save you, but just to see you, all of you. You want someone to say, "You don't have to hold it all, you can fall apart here." But even imagining that makes your chest tighten. What if you do? What if you fall apart and they realize it's too much? That needing you is work, that loving you is exhausting. That's the fear, not abandonment, but confirmation. Confirmation of what you've always believed about yourself. That you're a burden, that your needs are, that they're inconvenient. So you stay closed. You avoid connection not because you don't want it, but because you want it so badly that the thought of losing it feels unbearable, and avoiding it entirely feels safer than risking the rejection you've learned to expect. You tell yourself you're protecting yourself, and maybe you are, but you're also protecting everyone else from having to deal with the weight of you, from having to carry what you've been carrying alone since you were too young to even name it. You're protecting them from finding out that you're exactly as much as you feared you were. What you wanted back then was simple. You wanted someone to say, "It's okay to need me. You're not too much. You're not a burden. I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere." But no one said that. So you learn to say it to yourself, except you say it differently. You say, "I don't need anyone. I'm fine on my own." And you've said it so many times that it's become not true, but automatic, because you do need, you've always needed. You just taught yourself not to. And now when people see you, they see strength. They see someone who appears to have it together, someone who doesn't need saving, and they think it's beautiful. But it's not a strength. It's a scar, the kind you get when you're young, and you learn needing means losing. So you stop needing, you stop reaching, and you carry it all alone, because alone is the only place that's ever felt safe. You're still carrying it, still holding your breath, and still waiting for someone to get close enough to see how much you need, and decide it's too much. Maybe that moment never comes, but you'll keep waiting anyway, because you learned young. And some things live in the body longer than they live in the mind. Even when you're tired of holding it,